Alright, what's up, guys? This is last night's podcast. And today we got me, Swerve. Then we got the homie Cho.
Hello.
We got Swoosh.
Uh,
And then we got Doc.
Some furry comment.
See, one thing that is kind of funny about like Genesis 4 is, the whole fucking FurCon thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the highlight, dude.
That's the highlight.
yeah, that definitely is.
So we're gonna miss
That's what I was
that.
looking forward to, dude.
We're gonna
It's
fight a
not
furry
happening.
back to the room.
Dude, you don't know how weird that shit was. But yeah, alright, today's podcast is gonna be about pets. It's called Pets Are Family too, or Pets Are Family. I don't know, so, first off, you guys all have pets right now, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3. Yep, 3.
3 dogs or
Yep, 3 dogs.
what kind of dogs?
A Chihuahua, a Maltese, and a Boxer. My other Chihuahua died. She ran
What?
over.
Oh, damn. What?
She got run over.
What?
Dog.
You don't have to
Yeah,
fucking...
God.
Already?
Dude,
Yeah.
we went from
No,
0 to
no,
100.
look, I had that. It was at my dad's, and we had that Chihuahua for like 2 years, and then
Wait. I know your parents are, different places, but you have 3 dogs between the 2 homes, or what?
yeah, I have 2 dogs at the house at my mom's, and I have a Boxer at my dad's,
Oh, okay.
which is like poorly taken care of, and it hurts a lot.
Only in Texas, dude. Can you poorly take care of dogs and run over chihuahuas?
Because my fucking parents, my dad doesn't have time for it, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
no.
It's sad, dude.
That's some
I mean,
sad
pets
shit.
are pretty difficult. You know.
And I
not,
don't
not
have
difficult,
time to go over
but
there.
you need to be responsible with them.
I don't have any pets
Yeah.
right now since our last pet ran away. We've been too busy. A lot of things come every time we want to go get one, like a dot one. Something comes out, we're just like, we can't do it. Last time it was
Yeah.
because my grandma came. We're just like, yeah, come on, let's just. But yeah, anyways, we'll start it off with the funny way. Because look, the first time I remember having a pet was being young. Do you guys have any pets when you guys were
Yeah.
young? Or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely had. Oh man, yeah, I've had pets. Can I go first? Mine are kind of morbidly funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Yeah.
like the first pet I remember having were parakeets. Me and my sister. It was just me and my sister before my second sister was born.
Mhm.
My mom would buy us parakeets, as pets, because they're birds. They're pretty easy to take care of for little kids and shit. And
Okay.
yeah, one day we were like holding our, my mom took the parakeets out and she gave mine to my sister, and I was holding my sister's bird. And I don't know what the hell my sister. Maybe she got nervous holding the bird or something. Kind of anxious. She's always been kind of anxious, and I think she just held it too tightly. The poor little birdie.
Oh
She ended up,
no!
suffocating
Oh,
her.
No! See, you say hold it, and I was like, that's kind of cute.
Squeeze
Oh,
the fuck
no.
out of
Yeah,
you.
no, it's super morbid. It's like morbid, dude. But it's
Your
like
sister's Marth, and she just
She's
chain
like-
grabbed the shit out of Falco.
she's just like
Just crying.
Oh no!
No, but it was so sad because she didn't know. I mean, we were both little kids. We were like, I think I was maybe 10 or some shit, so she was probably like 8 or 9 or something.
Mhm.
Damn.
And yeah, she just held it. I think she was just anxious, and she just held it too tight, and she just didn't know. And yeah, when we go back to give the bird to my mom or put him back in the cage, mine's just like its head is all limp and shit.
Oh no! It was yours too.
Oh
That-
no.
I remember being pretty sad, but that's not even the end of it. Then her bird, obviously her bird, I didn't kill her bird. Her bird was still alive. So my mom, maybe I don't know how much long later, they tried to make it up for me and got me another bird.
Mhm.
And her
Parakeet?
bird, my sister's bird, yeah, another parakeet. My sister's bird had this habit of trying to lift the fucking cage, the little cage thing, kind of thing. You know how it falls like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Yeah, so her bird would do that, and I guess like my bird got tempted to like escape or just leave the cage, and I didn't find it. My mom found them, and she said like my mom found my bird stuck on the
Oh,
fucking thing. Like I guess the thing had fallen on it. He just got trapped. I don't know. My bad.
damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
dude.
my pet's with my sister. Yeah.
So that was your
But-
first pet?
I don't know. Yeah, those were like my first experiences with pets. I think I had fishes before that, but like that was like whatever. I don't really remember them.
My first pet was this dog, and I don't really remember him, but I know there's a lot of stories. So like, I had a dog, and it was a German Shepherd mixed with a Labrador. It's just this big
Yeah.
old buff dog. And so when I was born here, but the 1st language I learned was Spanish.
Oh really?
So he's this black, beautiful dog, and he has like white on his chest and everything, and a little spot on his eye of white. So
Mhm, yeah.
the name I called him, because I knew my colors and stuff, was Blackie, but in Spanish, so I won't say it. That's his name, right? His name was, Blackie. Or Black, whatever. Darky, whatever. Because I was fucking 3 when I had the dog. Yeah, and then my dad loved the dog, and they would go walk. And obviously my dad, he used to work at the restaurant by our house. So a couple of times, the dog, he'd just bounce from the house, and he'd go all the way visit my dad at work. He'd go over there. And so one time, the dog went out to go visit my dad at work again. And, the people at the restaurant, they were, like, cool because, they knew it was the dog, so they, like, feed him. But one time, they were there, the cops came, and they were like, yo, is this your dog? He's like, yeah. I was like, where's the leash? They were like, oh, no, my bad. He just came out to your house. Like, what's your dog's name? And one of the cops was a black cop.
No.
And then my dad was like, oh, fuck. And this is like probably 3 or 4 years after the LA riots.
Yeah.
So it was like the most awkward, like LAPD, just looking at them. His name is, and then my dad says his name. And the cop's like, is this a fucking joke? My dad's like, no, it's just my kid. He's fucking 3.
He has no clue.
Anyways, eventually,
No clue.
because the dog was like a cop dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one day, we don't want to say that, but we don't know if he ran away or if he was stolen or something. Because one day he just walked out and then, never to be seen again. That was him.
It's crazy. That's sucky.
Yeah, that was my first pet, though. What about you guys, Swisher Dog?
I mean, Swoosh, do you want to tell us your story first, or?
Swish didn't
Alright.
have a pet.
All right.
Swish's
Swish
first
fuck-
pet was a rock.
That's exactly what it is. All right, I'll go. So my first animal, it's kind of like a tricky story because, you know what? I'm so happy I fucking remember this story now. It just came into my head. Okay, so when I was a little kid, I wanted a dog. I wanted a Rottweiler in particular, right?
We all wanted Rottweiler's dog.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
all did. That's so true.
We all did. So, we went to this place. I had to be probably 3, at least 2 or 3. So we went to this kennel way out where they had puppies of Rottweilers, and we decided to go there to get a Rottweiler. So we go inside. I had to wait outside because kids weren't allowed inside or some shit. So my parents went inside, and apparently they're like, oh no, this last Rottweiler, like there was only one Rottweiler puppy left, right? And they're like, oh no, somebody already said they're coming to take this one, so you can have this dog, And it was this like old Labrador, right? I mean, my parents don't want to fucking disappoint me, So they're like,
Yeah.
all right, I guess we're taking this guy. He's like 4 years old, So they decide to put him in the car, right? Sitting next to me. And this motherfucker hates me right off the bat. I could see it in his eyes, Like he's shit. So I'm playing with my little Batman and Superman action figures, right? You know what this fucking dog does? This dog proceeds to fucking rip the Superman out of my hand, right? We're still in the parking lot. Like, we haven't moved yet.
Wait, in the kennel?
No, we're in the car by this point.
Okay.
Right? rips the fucking Superman to shreds. I mean, like, this motherfucker's gone. Like, plastic is everywhere, right? Then he proceeds to try and fucking attack me for the Batman.
Wait, Doc.
No,
Doc had an existential crisis. He found out that Superman had a weakness.
Yeah, dude.
This dog killed his childhood.
So I'm like, Batman's my shit. I'm not getting rid of Batman. So this dog's trying to attack me to take the fucking Batman and murder it. So my dad starts freaking out. He's like, oh my god, the dog's attacking him. So he fucking opens the door and grabs the dog by the leash, right? It's like, no, fuck this. We're getting a different dog. I don't want this one fucking attacking my kid, you know? Because this thing was fucking rabid. It was trying to, like, fucking bite my dad, like, the whole way back in, too. Like, literally trying to fucking attack him. We're like, what the fuck happened?
Can we
He was
return? Can we return it?
Dude, he was the chillest guy until he got in the car. Then he was like, oh, dude, that's it. This kid
It's on, dude.
kid has Superman. Oh, I'm not going to this fucking family of faggots, you know?
Oh
So,
my.
God
what
damn
happened?
it.
So,
So you got a different Rottweiler or what?
So they go back in, and long story short, they made a big scene where, right, they were like, listen, we're getting a different dog, or we're fucking suing you because my kid's in the car, like, with his shirt, like, half ripped off, you know, and my arm's fucking bleeding. Like, my dad's arm was bleeding, like, you know, from the top to bottom,
What?
you know? So, long story short, we got the Rottweiler puppy because they were afraid of getting sued.
Damn.
And then, at that point, I had that dog for 15 years of my life. And her name was Lady Girl, but I originally wanted to name her Tramp, but I didn't realize Tramp was like a terrible fucking name. Dude, I was a kid, and I'm like, let's name it Tramp. And my mother looks at me, and is like, no, let's not name it Tramp. Let's name something else. I'm like, alright, let's name it, and I'm looking in fucking, we were at ShopRite at the time. Because my dad took the dog home, we went out grocery shopping, and I'm looking around, and we're in, like, the fucking noodle aisle. So I'm like, alright, let's name it Macaroni, because I just looked at, like, some fucking macaroni and cheese. She's like, you really want to name the dog Macaroni? And then it hit me. I was like, you know what? No. Let's name it Lady Girl. But it has to particularly be Lady Girl. You can't say one or the other. And that was Little Doc, like. So that was Lady Girl, and she was always by my
Lady
side.
Girl?
Yeah, Lady Girl, dude.
That's like the
That's-
best name.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
you,
like some King
alright,
Leto
you,
shit, dude.
you guys gotta pass
Yeah,
me.
dude.
You guys gotta pass me pictures of your pets. Because I'm gonna do is just like every like 2 minutes or so, switch the picture of the pet with the name
Okay,
on it. That's
I
what
like
I'm doing.
that.
Yeah, yeah, it's-
I think I have more on Facebook, so I'll just get those.
yeah. I know Zon was posting this. I know you can't make it, but it'll be cute to see everyone's. You know,
Yeah.
actually, Doc, I did the same thing one time. So one time I went to Mexico when I was like 15 or so, right? And when I went, it was like, no wait, I was 12. Alright, I went this time when I was 12. And this time was the first time we went without my dad because he had to work. So we went just my mom, me, and my sister. But we went like in an awkward time. Whereas pretty much what we did was just, we just stayed in like our house and chilled out and pretty much, you know, did our thing. So one time one of the neighbors was like, oh, she was having like a litter of babies. And the
Yeah.
neighbors was one of my cousin's aunts. So like, you know, on his dad's side. So they're like, yeah, if you want one, you can take one to raise. I was like, oh, cool. So I went, so when I went, I had to go fucking climb to their roof, right? It wasn't that big. I was like, god damn it. So we climbed their roof, and the babies and the dog was there, just like, you know, Mexican lady. It's like, oh, you can pick one. And I saw all the dogs. They were like, what's it called? They're not Chihuahuas, but I think they were like Dachshunds mixed with like a.
But like, fuck, I forgot what they're called.
It was like a Dachshund though, right?
Yeah, like those are the wiener dogs, right?
Yeah, kind of. So she was long
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Dachshund, but her hair wasn't necessarily that long or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a cool dog, and then I saw one with a limp, right? And I felt bad because like the other ones were like doing their shit, and this one had a limp because it fell right from the roof. like on
Oh,
accident, because it was like, dude, why are you keeping fucking baby dogs on the roof? So it had a sprained leg. So I was like, all right, I'll fucking take this one. I was like, I'll take the broken dog. And then
The fucking broken dog.
yeah, because I felt bad, and I was like, he needs a fucking homie, and I'm here for a while. I was in Mexico for like 2 months. I was like, all right, fuck it. So I took him in, and my mom was like, what are you gonna name him? And first thing I see is our peanut butter, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just name him Skippy, because he skips on 3 legs.
Oh
So
my God.
Skippy, all right, this is a really cute story, because this ties in
I
with.
had a Skippy also.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah,
man, I love
one
Skippy.
of my dogs was named Skippy.
So
Dude,
my
Skippy's the shit.
so my grandpa, he actually, so back in the day, he used to live in the States. So he used to work at
Yeah.
different many jobs, and one of the jobs was like at a chiropractor office or something. So long time ago when he came to America, and he lived like literally right by where we lived. It's kind of funny, but he went like in the 70s. No. He went in the 80s to No. He went in the 70s to here. So it's really funny. But
Yeah.
he knew how to do stretching and all that shit. So what he did was he stretched out the dog's leg, and then eventually Skippy was normal. I like fucking feed Skippy because
Aw.
Skippy was still a baby. We use one of my cousin's like bottles and feed fucking Skippy. Skippy was my homie. Then we go to the. It's not a sewer system, but it's a what's it called? Is it called like a?
Like a drainage system or something?
You know those? It's like the big things where they hold water.
Yeah, the big ones.
Oh,
Yeah, the
an
big ones.
aquifer.
You've seen skating videos and shit.
Yeah, it was one of those. We have one by our town because it's by the Rio Verde or whatever, the Green River. So went over there, and that's where the park was. So I used to just take Skippy over there and fucking chill.
It's awesome.
Dope.
And then when I had a Leo, I was like, all right. So I left Skippy with my grandma. I'm like, all right, cool, thank you, because she didn't really want a dog, but she was like, all right, we'll take a dog. And
You're holding on to it now.
She did it for you guys. That's Grandma Love right there.
yeah, so
dude.
pretty much, after that, good times with Skippy. Skippy was the homie. And then when I came back when I was 15, it was like, oh, Skippy, he ran away. And
Aw.
and my aunt was like trying to be like, oh no, he's gonna be sad. I was like, no, dude, I'm fucking 15. I'll just skateboard. But
Skateboard.
but
I had a dog. That's the-
but yeah, Skippy was just
It
like
sucks, though.
somewhere. So then I come back again, right? When I'm 20. Wait, what the fuck? 2 years ago, when I was 21. We went for my grandma's, what's it called? My grandma and grandpa's 50th anniversary. And I go back and I see that they have a new dog, and one of them looks just like Skippy. I was like, wait, what the hell? And my grandma
You think
pulls me
Skippy came
aside.
back, or-
Yeah, Skippy came back, but had babies. Skippy passed away. And the dog that was there is one of Skippy's babies.
What? That's
Oh,
crazy.
That's sick.
I was like, what? I was tripping. I
That's
was like,
awesome.
what?
That's
So yeah,
crazy.
it was pretty cool. Skippy came back, but it was Skippy's baby. It was Gohan.
It was Gohan.
It was fucking Gohan.
Skip on.
Dude.
But
Crazy.
it was funny because like my mom wanted me to have a pet or like a dog, right? But my dad was like, "No, you're not gonna take care of him." So it
Yeah.
was like having a pet in Mexico was like the first time I could have like a pet that wasn't a fish, turtle,
Oh, yeah,
a cage pet. So it was really cool to have Skippy. That's why I have a lot of fun with Skippy.
Yeah, I always had cage pets. My second pet was also a cage pet.
What was it?
And I consider that like my first pet because I always forget about the birds because we were so young. But my parents bought us, me and my sister, a hamster because we always wanted a hamster. I still think hamsters look hella cute. They're like the cutest little mouse-looking things, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so we had a hamster. We called him Ziggy. And,
Ziggy?
And we
Ziggy!
yeah, Ziggy. We called
I
him
love
Ziggy.
it.
Yeah, and so like it was also more responsibility for us because we actually had to clean out his cage or whatever, or it was mainly me. It fell on me most of the time, I think. And me and my sister, we love Ziggy. Like, he was like, he was like one of the first things we considered family when it came to
Oh.
pets. At least myself, at least I really like Ziggy. You couldn't pick him up for shit because he would bite the fuck out of you, but he was cute to look at.
God.
Did you have the little ball?
Bite the
Did you have the
fuck out of
ball?
you. Huh?
Did you guys have
we
the
had
ball?
the ball for him.
Oh.
Too. Yeah, no, we definitely hooked him up with the ball. That was the funnest thing. Just put him in the ball. Like, my dream was always to have like those cool ass looking cages that had like all the fucking pipes and shit. We never bought those. We just had like a regular basic ass one. But yeah. So we had the ball and everything, and I love that fucking hamster. And but one day, like we lived in a duplex at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and that duplex had a huge parking lot. It literally had like an extremely large lot. And so since it's only like a duplex, it's just 2 apartments, we definitely knew our neighbors, like they were our friends and shit. So we would throw parties or whatever, like church functions kind of thing.
Right.
And so, but they were actually parties, they were low-key parties. We'd have dancing and all that, merengue and all that.
Oh.
And yeah, dope. It got dope. But anyways, like my dad, he was trying to be like thoughtful, I think, of the hamster. And he didn't want the hamster to get frightened of all the noise, and he took him to the back of the house. Like, he took him out of the house. Like, we had never taken the hamster out of the house, but he took him out in his cage though, and just I don't know where he set him. He set him somewhere out there, and I don't know if like our parents forgot to tell us. Like, I didn't know. At least I don't remember knowing he was out there. I don't know if they forgot to tell us or if they forgot to bring him in or whatever. But I think he stayed out overnight or just for a little bit. But my theories is like the next morning, like my hamster was dead, and I was super sad about it. Like, I cried immensely, and yeah, I still low key blame my dad for that. Like, it sucked. I miss that hamster. I don't know if
Damn.
like my neighbors had dogs, so I don't know if the dogs scared the fuck out of him and just like kind of gave him a little hamster heart attack. Or he just got left out overnight on accident. But yeah, that was like one of the saddest things ever. I miss my hamster.
My first
don't-
pet. Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry, my bad. My bad. Go
Yeah,
on.
I just have bad luck with pets, I guess.
That's rough, dude.
You cut him
Yeah.
off to make him feel sad.
My bad. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do because my first dog was a pit bull terrier. He was a little cute little puppy, dude. We just got him. We had him for like a month or 2. But the thing is that he was an inside dog, and we didn't have any like leashes or anything because we lived in this kind of like rundown shack kind of house,
Right.
like made of sheet metal, dude. So my mom had the smart idea to tie him to a tree, like with a fucking metal chain, because that's all we had. So I guess he got excited or something when my dad came home from work, was like driving up the road from work, and he started running around the tree, and he like snapped his own neck.
Oh God!
Whoa, what?
Oh God!
So my mom tied my dog to the tree.
I thought he was
Just
gonna
like
run
puppy.
away. No,
No,
I
he snapped.
I understood what happened, but I'm just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, he
That's
got
crazy.
excited, ran around the tree, and he
Aw.
snapped his own neck. It was
Poor little
awful,
dog.
dude.
Wait,
That
but then
sounds
what
terrible.
happened? You just were staring
I
at the
came-
prize?
No, I came. That's what she told me. I came home from school, and I see my dad burying my dog, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
What happened? What'd I
It
do?
was like, "Oh yeah, he just died. He fucking choked or something." I was like,
He took his
No.
own life.
That's
Are you
funny. You
fucking
found your dad
kidding me,
burying your
dude?
dog. That's so sad.
"Yeah, dude, I just came home from school. Fucking sucked, dude."
They were probably trying to bury it before you got home.
Yeah,
and
I
they
was
just,
like,
they didn't do it on time.
God damn it.
See,
My first dog.
I only
The one-
buried one pet, and I hope I can find a picture. But it was like the most legendary. I have the most legendary burial. So I was like 8, and I had a fucking rabbit, and I think I called him like Bugs or something. I was dumb, right? And at this
Yeah.
time, I was hanging out with my older cousins a lot more. They were coming a lot more to the house. and we had this fucking rabbit. Cause back when I was younger, I don't know why, but we got a lot of pets in my house. Like, all right, one pet we got that was weird. So there's one lady at the bakery that worked at the restaurant where my dad was. One time she just gave us turtles, right?
Oh shit.
And one time my mom was teaching me how to clean the stink, so we put them outside in the grass. We're like, all right, they're turtles. They're not going to go anywhere, right?
Oh,
They
no.
ran away.
No.
That
I
sucks.
had turtles that ran away. Slow as
Okay, so
turtles.
I've noticed a common theme here. Everything that Swerve has runs away.
That's pretty much...
Yeah, did they run away? Did they?
No, they ran away. Like, we put them on the grass, we cleaned it. We're like, where the fuck are the turtles? They ran away. All right. But it was like that, and then we had parakeets and whatever. One time this one lady tried to give us rats, but my mom was like, hell no.
Oh,
Sorry.
rats?
So,
Mom doesn't
yeah,
want rats.
yeah, fucking,
That's crazy.
weird people. So we had a rabbit. I didn't have him for long. It was like a week. So then the rabbit passes away because we don't know why. What happened? So we're like, oh man. And I was super sad, and all my cousins, or my two cousins were there, and my sister, and we're like, oh, let's bury him. And my mom was like, all right, let's take this opportunity to teach these guys about grief.
Yeah.
Like the afterlife or whatever. Like, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad's like, oh, all right, whatever. So like they dig him up, and I put the rabbit in my favorite shoebox. I don't know if it was like Shaq shoes or these Nike shoes, but I had a favorite shoebox. I put the rabbit in there. We
Okay.
put him in, and so I was 8. So at this time, I was already playing cornet for about a year and a half. Whip out my trumpet. I play the most fire hot crust buns. And like taps, like like dun dun dun.
Yeah.
So I play
But
hot crust buns
That's
with
amazing.
100% heart, and we buried the rabbit.
Wow.
Sorry, I really wish I could find it. There's a picture of me with the box, and just like no. I fucking playing with my cousin. She reads like a poem. We made it.
Oh my god.
This is my mom.
Nice. That sounds like a fucking Garden State kind of stuff.
A garden
You
what?
guys seen that?
All
Garden State, that movie?
I never heard of this movie, dude.
What? You should watch it, dude. It's so good.
We should watch it. Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm
we
down.
did that.
I'm down.
Oh my god, that was so dumb.
Oh shit!
That's
I think
funny.
I'm
That's
dead.
cute, dude. That's so cute.
Oh, dude, that's certainly adorable.
Yeah.
I want to see little Swerve do that.
Hot crust buns. That's funny.
The most fire hot dose bones. Because I had it on lock.
Fire.
Wait, so you guys didn't have any other... Did
Nope.
you guys have any weird pets?
Weird pets? I had a fucking lizard.
How was that?
That's cool.
I had this dog from like the fucking gutter.
A what?
And he died of cancer in like 2 days of me owning him.
A dog
God.
from the gutter?
What?
Swish.
We like found this dog and we took him in, dude. Because
Swish.
me and my
Oh.
how me and my family were was that like we can't not take in dogs, dude, or like animals because it's super sad. We take in this dog, right? Ends up he has like fuckload. We take him to the vet too, and it turns out he has like cancer and fucking heartworms. So he
Oh,
just
no.
dies in like 3 days of us having him.
How old were you this
Oh.
time?
I was like 14 or something, and I really wanted a dog this time because I hadn't had my own dog.
Oh,
Because we had my beagle. We had my beagle at the time, but like that was my brother's dog, and he never paid attention to me, even though I fed him and everything. You know, that's how it went.
Swish
So,
just
I
wanted
wanted my own
love.
dog.
every time he finds
I
love,
got this.
it's just like, what's that anime? The violin girl? Your Lie in
Shigatsu
April?
Wakimi.
Yeah, whatever.
You're lying, April.
Yeah,
Your Lie in April?
yeah.
All
Are
your
you trying to
dogs.
compare this dog dying of cancer in 2 days to your lion, April?
Yes, I am.
Sad, dude. You just,
He,
I guess he had cancer for a while, and he just fucking, we got him and he croaked in like 2 days.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it.
oh,
Do you want to? Speaking of, I have a story about an animal I had for like less than 72 hours.
oh god.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is a really weird story. It's not necessarily mine, but it was my dad's. But then he brought it home. So it's short. One day he's at work. He's a landscaper. He owns like a landscaping business or whatever. So he's at work, did a job, blah blah blah. When all of a sudden he feels something like flying around him, and it was like the summertime, and he thought of like a bee or something. So he keeps shooing it away, like get the fuck away from me type of deal. When all of a sudden he peeks on his shoulder and he notices it's a fucking bird on his shoulder.
Please tell me it's an eagle.
He's
No,
a
dude.
pirate, dude.
An eagle.
Dude, it's a fucking parakeet. It's just sitting on his fucking shoulder. So he's like, what am I supposed to do? I can't just leave it, because parakeets aren't really, they're normally like pets.
Yeah, domestic.
So
yeah.
he's like,
Domesticated.
yeah, so he didn't know who owned it, so he just brought it home. And he's like, okay, I brought this home the whole time. It's like shitting in his hands and everything, so... Okay, here you go. You have a bird now. What do you name it? So obviously, me, the melee person that I am, like, oh, well, let's name it Falco, of course, You can only name two name it. So,
Wait, when did this happen?
it happened just last summer. It was
What?
probably a summer ago.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's what,
Of course you
Pretty
named it Falco.
story. So I'm like, okay. So we get a cage for him. We get them all situated. I'm like, oh, dude, you know what? Because we have an extra room. It's like a guest room. But my plan is I'm gonna turn it into like my writing room. Like where I write stories or whatever. So I'm like, oh, it's great.
Where you
He'll
get
be like
deep?
the mascot, my work room. Blah blah blah. Right. Get all happy. I'm like, all right, good night, Falco. I'll see you in the morning. I go to bed. Wake up the next morning, and I go in to check on him. Dead.
Oh,
That's
no.
it. He was just dead. I'm like, oh my
man.
god. So I'm like, how the fuck did he die? And they're like, well, he probably died because he was so in shock of what happened. I'm like, okay, well, I guess there goes my fucking journey of having a melee bird. And from that point on, Falco was dead. But then
Yeah.
obviously,
Sounds like my
we
Falco.
gave him proper burial. Yeah, dude. He got fucking cucked, dude. I had like his life planned out for him, and then he fucking died.
Wait, if it was last summer, how come you didn't name it fucking Poppy?
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude, because Melee was still over fucking anime,
Nah, dude. What happened is that he didn't want to live up to your expectations, dude. He didn't want to follow the path that you set for him, so he's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened, dude?
Yeah, you want me to live in this room, huh? Well, I'll just kill myself then.
I'm not a top tier.
Oh, man.
I'll just hold my breath.
No, dude, fuck you.
Yeah, so there goes him. That's the origin of Falco. So
What a great story.
he
That's
was
kinda
a trooper,
funny.
let me tell you.
Talking about birds.
Also,
like, oh, what
yeah,
happened?
did you have a Falco?
No.
No,
So
no. Let's.
I had an uncle, and he had, I don't know. This is gonna make him sound crazy. He had a room for all his birds. He had about like 50 birds. It was
Oh,
a
shit.
fucking, yeah. It was really weird. And then he had a parrot. Those are the ones that repeat, right? He had a parrot. So he had 2 parrots, 50 parakeets, like all the cockatoos and all that stuff. Then he had 4 lovebirds, and the ones who got pregnant, he would just house them in his room. But alright, so it would always be funny to go visit him because then you just go in the bird room, and all the birds just go up on you and like chilling with you and all that. You can feed them. So it's kind of like a zoo, but it's just a big ass room of birds. After a while, I was just like, alright, this is kind of crazy. And then the parakeet would talk, all that. So it'd be like going to Thanksgiving, and there's a parakeet talking to you. It's like, alright, yes, 2. Everyone's like, alright, Teal, you're kind of a little crazy. But when he passed away, I was like 9th grade or something. When he passed away, we went over to visit, them again, like for Christmas or something. And then you see the parrot, and the parrot was super sad.
Aw.
Aww.
He kept saying his name. It was like the saddest thing to see, where like the parrot was like kind of quiet. I was like, damn.
Dude, he missed.
That's so
Dude,
sad, dude.
That's
he
that's
lost
some
his
sad
best
stuff.
friend.
I wonder what happened to the lovebirds, dude. Cause lovebird died, like literally died from fucking heartbreak.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them.
Fuck, that's heavy, dude.
Really sad, actually.
That's some sad stuff, dude. Do you guys have any other pet stuff? Or wait, chill. Or how about the pets
What?
you guys have right now?
Well, right now I
Charlie.
have Charlie, a cat.
Right?
She's amazing. She's just awesome, dude. That's the best thing.
She's like a
happened in a
dog.
while.
He is homie, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so homey, dude. Like she loves everybody except for one person,
Who?
and that one person was like the person who gave me the cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of my friends, she found like the way we found the kitty cats. It was my friend. One of my friends, she loves cats. Well, she just loves animals in general. I think at one point she had like 13, 14 cats in her place.
She's not
But
crazy.
anyways, like, she's a little crazy. But yeah, she just loves animals. And yeah, so she tells me the story about like how she went to one of the local vets or local animal shelters or something, and somebody comes in with a bunch of kittens, and unfortunately the fucking animal shelters, like, these kittens are too young. They have to reach like a certain amount of weeks. I think it was like 3 weeks or 4 weeks for them to be able to take them. But these cats
Damn.
were like barely born. They were like maybe like a week, and so they were like, we just can't take them. And my friend, she just could not bear to like. And the other lady that was dropping them off, she was like, well, I can't take them back. You know, I can't fucking take 7 cats. And my friend, she's a fucking saint, and she just loves animals, and she just couldn't let that happen. So she's like, I'll take them. You know, I'll take care of them until they get bigger, and then bring them back or whatever. And so that's what she did. So so she let me know that she had 7 cats, and I'm like, dude, I want one. I want a cat. Would it be cool? Would it be okay?
Have you had cats before or no?
Never, dude. I always wanted a cat, but my mom hates cats. So we never had cats. We had birds, we had fishes, and we had dogs. And so I always wanted a cat. So she brings the cats, all of them, over. And you know, there's like, I think 6 or 7 of them. And she tells me, you know, choose whichever one you want. And like, I have fucking 6 cats in my room. And 3 of them were really playful, right? Just playing with each other, just everywhere, stomping everyone in my room. They did not give a shit. They were just playing.
Right.
And another cat, this like black cat, he just was like a scaredy cat, and he just hid. He immediately looked for like the darkest corner in my room and just hid the entire time. Then Charlie, though, the reason why I chose Charlie was because when I was looking around for more cats, she's like, yeah, there's another cat, but she's still chilling in the fucking the cat case that she brought them in. And I was like, that's my cat. That's the cat I want. I want the one that just wants to chill.
I want that one.
That's the homie.
I want that one. That's the homie. She's exactly like me. She knows like the wavelength, and we just want to chill. But she was also kind of a scaredy cat. It took her quite a while for her to like come out, because when after she left her with me and everything, and told me how like kind of take care of a cat, she wouldn't come out of my one of my fucking drawers that I have here, and she would just hide in there the entire time.
Right.
And yeah, it took her at least like a couple weeks for her to like start coming out and hanging out with me. Yeah, and now
That's
she
kind of
just loves
weird.
people.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah, it
like
is weird.
super approachable.
Yeah, now she's just like super. Yeah, exactly. She's super approachable. She loves kids, and not kids, but just people. She just loves people. You know, she loves the attention. So, yeah, my cat Charlie, she's amazing.
What about you, dog? Because you have a dog and a cat, right?
Yeah. My one cat I actually got back in 2009. His name's Klonoa, which I named after the, Namco game of the same name from the PS1 era. Nobody fucking knows what it is.
Nerd.
So, Yeah, no, dude. All you need to know is it actually stars like a black cat. So I thought I was the coolest shit in ninth grade because I'm like, look at me. I'm naming this after a really obscure reference, you know? So I get. So it was around the same time. I had a cat before him named Willie, and he got hit by a car. And
What?
after that, I was just my dog got. I mean, my cat got hit by a car because he was an inside cat, but at the same time, he eventually started roaming outside and when my parents were like, "Oh, I mean, it's not a bad neighborhood." So, and once a cat gets like the taste for outside, it's really hard to keep him out.
Yeah.
So we just come in and out, and then eventually he got hit by a car, and it actually happened the night I was sleeping over at my friend's house. We were all playing Smash and everything, and this was like probably back when Brawl was still really relevant. It was like '08. And my parents were like, it was like 1 in the morning. They're like, we're going to come pick you up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, we're just going to come pick you up. We'll talk to you,
That's when
So-
you know, like, because back in the day, parents wouldn't, like, you don't get a
Yeah.
call after 12 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like this
Damn.
cat like was inseparable. Like anytime I was home, no matter what I was doing, like if I was doing homework, he'd lay on my desk. If I was like eating, he'd be like right there, Like he
Yeah.
was everywhere. So I was super depressed after he got killed, and it was like a year later when I was finally like, you know what, I want to get another cat. So we looked up everywhere like where to get a cat, blah blah blah, and we found eventually there was like a place like 20 minutes away. This lady's like, oh, I have a bunch of kittens, blah blah blah. So we're like, okay, let's take a trip down there and take a look. So we decided it was like in this lady's apartment. She had like 20 cats. They were all black. They were all black cats. And I was like, I really wanted a black cat at this time because I don't know. I was just like, it'd be really cool, black cat. So go in, right? And there's like all these friendly cats, and of course, I'm petting them all because they're all super adorable and whatever. And there's these 2 cats, and I asked the lady about them. She's like, oh, they're twins, and one has a blue bow and one has a pink. Obviously, blue is the boy, pink's the girl, And I'm like, oh, I want to see them, So the pink one comes up to me, was rubbing, petting me. I go to pet the blue ribbon. No, he doesn't want any of that. He starts fucking running away at top speed, like running up the stairs, trying to hide anywhere he can. And at that moment, when he was struggling that much to get near me, I was like, no, he's the one I want. I was like, he's making it such a point to run away. I'm like, no, he's the one I want. There's something about him.
You want the tsundere.
No, yeah, dude,
The
I want
tsundere.
cat.
The tsundere.
Dude, the tsundere cat. So he was like, so we eventually got a hold of him after he ran around frantically for like 20 minutes. And my parents are like, can we please take a different one? I'm like, no, I want him.
You're
My
such an
eyes are set on
edgelord.
him now.
This is like edgelord doc of the fucking
Dude,
obscure
it was-
names. Black cat, tsunderes.
Dude, it was like 9th grade, alright? This was like edgy doc. So this is when I like was just maybe getting out of the Linkin Park phase, which was like, 8th grade. Yeah, so I was like, no, I want him. So on the whole ride home, we have him in the box, and at this point he's pretty chill, but he was crying. Literally never did not stop crying from the minute we're driving home to the minute we got home. So I was just petting him, trying to calm him down. We finally get him home, and he runs. We stopped at Burger King on the way because I wanted to get dinner. I was really hungry. So we get home, and he runs right under our couch. Like, he's like, all right, you know what? I'm making a fort out of this place. I'm never coming out. That's, of course, what kittens think. And I'm like, how can I get him out? Like, how can I actually get him to come over to me? And that's when I realized I started eating dinner, like, trying to contemplate, like, how can I get him out? And all of a sudden, I feel his little hand, like, tap my elbow,
Strategizing.
and it's him. He wanted fucking chicken nuggets, dude. I was like, are you serious? This is what it takes to get you out? A fucking chicken nugget? So I gave him a piece of chicken nugget, and he ate some of it. And from that point on, he would, like, come by me more and more. And eventually, by, like, the end of the night, he was, like, my best friend. It was the funniest shit.
You
And ever since then-
best friend. Oh,
Dude. And ever since then, he's, like, he's literally here right now. He's, like, laying on my bed.
oh, that's cute.
That's what he does. So that's my buddy.
I never had
So-
cats because my parents, well, my mom, she's the person who's like, we're not getting animals who shed hair.
Yeah, that's how my mom was.
Yeah, so we don't have cats.
Hmm.
Well, one
Honestly-
time we had
Oh.
our neighbors. They had cats, right? But what would happen is the cats just became stray, but it was like our whole neighborhood. So a couple times there would be a mom cat in our backyard with babies.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Really?
it happens about every year, once a year.
That's funny.
It's kind of funny. I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I never had cats. Well, I remembered one fish story I had, and this was like,
please tell us.
this is beautiful because obviously Pokemon Sun and Moon came out. So
Mm-hmm.
I remember like the beta fish, the purple
Yeah.
looking. Yeah. So I had one of those in a small aquarium because someone gave it to me again. Because people they gave us pets for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted a dog still. So then we had a fucking beta fish. And then fucking had him in the tank. And then one time, one of my mom's friends, again, she was like, oh, we have like a big tank with fish, right? A couple fish. And they're like, but our kids, they're too young to have them. So do you guys want it? We're like, all right, cool. So we thought it was kind of cool to have fish. So we had this, they brought the big tank, but it turned out it was like about like 30 guppies. So he's had
Oh,
a
shit.
ton of guppies. So one time I was with my friends, and this is middle school time, and I was like, I was still into Pokemon, and I was like, what would happen if we put the beta fish, because they fight a lot, because this is what I heard, on the block. Yeah, this was 6th grade, because I remember 5th grade, my
Yeah,
friends
beta
were telling
fish
me
are pretty
beta fish
aggressive.
fight,
Yeah, dude.
And I
They'll
was
fuck
like-
each other up.
and I was like, oh my god, we should
How they
should
are.
try this. This is we're fucking scientists. Let's do it. So we put like 3 guppies in the beta fish's tank, right?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Just to see, or I don't know if it was that or my mom put him in, right? Because she was cleaning. So my mom,
no. Uh-huh.
she kind of messed it up. So it's this small tank, right? You got these 3 guppies. So then the beta fish immediately is going to like tackling. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is crazy. It's a fucking fight. And then but the guppies were so fast that the fish was not hitting him.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
So what they started doing is like the guppies were like baiting him, and then he would just hit the wall.
Shit, dude.
So the beta
Funny.
fish was just like, he was starting to just like give up, and instead of like like just leaving it alone, the beta fish swam into the filter and Sudoku.
Oh, shit, dude.
Oh no.
Dude.
And we couldn't
gave
we couldn't get him out because he was all the way into the filter. So it was just like, we gotta throw the tank away. It was like National Geographic tank, and I was like, just so cool. God.
That sucks.
But
That's fucking
like
terrible.
that was like some Pokemon stuff where it was like, what?
Dude, I actually, I have a similar story.
Wait, what?
Actually, not necessarily mine, but okay. At one point, right? Did I interrupt you, by the way?
No. That's good.
Okay. All right. So when I was younger, my uncle used to live with us because it was still my grandparents' house at the time, right? So I was probably like 5, and my uncle always had these really stupid fucking ideas. Like you know that one uncle everyone has that was almost like a fucking big kid. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the big kid
Yeah.
uncle. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
the
was
goofy
him.
uncle.
Yeah, the goofy uncle. So he decides he used to always get exotic animals, like he had a boa constrictor, shit like that. So one time-
He was that guy.
yeah. So one
Uh.
time he gets a fucking fish tank, right? And he decides, I want electric eels, but you know what? I also want piranhas, right?
Oh,
So
no.
rather than getting 2 separate tanks, he's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put them in the same tank, right? So obviously, that's like a terrible fucking idea waiting to happen. And my grandparents are like, are you kidding me? Like, they're gonna fucking kill each other. He's like, no, they're gonna get along. Trust me. He's like, I Googled it. Now, this was like early 2000s, so you know how Google was back then, like even less reliable than it is now. So for some reason, somehow he Googled this shit and thought it was completely safe. So he decides to get a fucking piranha plant.
Do you know how mafia this sounds? This sounds like super like
Mafia?
Italian mafia.
Dude, he
Guy
gets a fucking-
O'Hare.
Yeah, dude. He gets a fucking piranha, and he gets a fucking electric eel and he puts him in the same tank, right? And he goes to work. He's like, okay, I'm gonna let them make friends, and by the time I come back, it'll be all good. Meanwhile, I come home from school and I heard that my uncle got new pets. So I'm like, okay, I want to go see him. So I go in his room, right? I go inside, and what do I see at the top of the tank? I see a decapitated fucking electric eel, and I see a roasted fucking piranha.
Oh my god! Double win. Wait, tell me that the tank was bread.
Dude, they fucking killed each other.
Oh.
The fucking piranha's floating at the top, and the fucking eel's decapitated.
The
I'm like,
immovable force and the immovable object and the unstoppable force collided.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I go and tell my grandparents, and so he comes home, and they're fucking yelling at him. He's like, oh, I guess that plan didn't work out then.
Wow.
He had like,
how much did you drop on fucking a piranha?
he had like 10% doubt, 90% confidence that they would be okay together.
Yeah, bro, it's just like, just like regular bros, we don't kill each other.
Dude, it's perfectly fine.
Totally gonna chill out, man. They're homies.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Yeah, bro.
They're gonna be
I saw the look in their eyes, dude.
Just two alphas hanging out, Just two alphas.
They're homies, man. They're just gonna bro down,
Dude, it's like two college roommates, They're gonna like each other. Just give them some time.
Oh my god.
Dude, holy shit. That was a fucking trip.
Do you guys have any other crazy stories? Because I can tell mine. It's pretty funny. It's epic. It's not funny, dude. It's super epic. Alright, you ready for this?
Epic? I'm ready.
Ready?
So, my uncle passed away like a couple years ago. We used to go to his house a lot during holidays, like Thanksgiving or Christmas. So this is the most super epic story ever. All right. So, it would be me, my sister, my mom would go, and my dad, and then we'd stay over their place, and it'd be like our cousins, the ones with the rabbit, and then their stepsister. Yeah. So it was like, but this time they were teenagers, and I was like in middle school. This time I was in 8th grade. And we were like, oh, what's up? And we go over. So this time we went for Thanksgiving, and instead of like having all the family and all these other people come, this time we were just gonna chill with each other because Al and our other cousin Brian. And it was just gonna be the 3 families of us. We're chilling, Thanksgiving it up. So the whole week we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, and this was around the time my cousin was about to like leave, and even later on he had a kid. This is before then though, so he was like, at this time he was like giving up skateboarding, giving up all this stuff. So he gave me like a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, I remember, and he gave me his Game Boy SP, and I was like, oh, sick, like super homie. So I was just playing Game Boy SP. It was like a Batman game. This is how I recall it, because this is the blue Game Boy SP, but it had scratches. And at the time, my cousin Catalina, for her quinceañera, she didn't want to party. What she wanted was a dog, like a purebred Shih Tzu, right? So they got Flaffy, Flaffy. Fucking Flaffy. That was her name, Flaffy.
Flaffy?
Flaffy,
right.
Yeah, because she didn't want to call it Fluffy because it was too cute. So it was Flaffy.
Went with Flaffy.
Flaffy.
Yeah, and we call them Flaffles or Flaff, Flap Daff, whatever.
You should just call them Falafel.
We would like tease the dog because she had like a underbite. You know what I mean? Like a. It was really weird underbite. So we used to slap Flaffy, and she'd be like, "Arr." But Flaffy was cool. So Flaffy was pregnant, right? And it was just like this little ass Shih Tzu, huge belly, just waddling around. We're like, "Are you sure we're not eating? Are you sure this isn't the turkey?" So we just called Fluffy or Flaffy the turkey,
Flaffy.
Stupid Flaffy. And then so then when we were there, because we went for a week, because we were just gonna chill and everything, like all of us, and hang out. But then she was starting to poop green.
Ew.
And so my aunt was like, dude, this is scary. Like, my aunt or my aunt, she used to be like kind of like neurotic. So whenever something kind of bad would happen, she'd just make a big deal. It's like, oh my god, she's pooping out the puppies. It's green.
No.
She's pooping out the puppy. And my mom was like, you know what? Let's go to the internet. And this is one of those like WebMD moments where they all go on the internet and looking stuff up. And this is like what, 2006, 7, the time where, you know, the internet still wasn't that, you know, breezy.
I mean, it's still pretty whatever.
Yeah, so then they find like, oh my god, this is like a bad thing. So this is Wednesday, and we're like, all right, we gotta pause because this puppy doesn't, you know, these babies don't come or whatever. It's gonna be really bad. It's not gonna be a fun Thanksgiving. So we're like, all right, we got most of the Thanksgiving stuff ready. Let's go to the hospital and see what's up because, you know, she was like starting to cry, and it was like the green poop was like becoming like extra. We're like, dude, what the hell is this? It's weird, right? Like green poop from a dog.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
So we go to the vet, and the vet's like, all right, just so you know, this is a weird case. Usually Shih Tzus have, you know, 3 to 4 in their litter. 1 or 2 is the usual. But for some reason, this dog is about to have like 7 dogs.
Fuck.
7! They're like, yeah, so we're gonna have to like inject the puppy to like start having the babies.
Yeah.
And we were scared because it was like, because it was a little too early. So like, oh my god, like we were like freaking out, and then my cousins are crying. My sister's like, no, not Flaffy. We're like, no.
Flaffy, no.
And I'm still playing the Game Boy, right? I'm just sitting there like trying not to freak out, playing the Batman game on the Game Boy SP, and it had scratches, so I was just scratching it like, it was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And so what we did is we put Flaffy in there for an hour or so to stay with the vets so they can do their thing. So this is like night before Thanksgiving, like super late. We're like, all right, we didn't eat all day because we're freaking out about this. Oh yeah, because before we went to the doctor who told us that, the first doctor we went was like, all right, we'll do C-section, and each puppy that we deliver, it'll be $500.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god!
And we're like, dude, hell no. Like, are you crazy? Imagine, they didn't know it was 7, so imagine 7 times 500.
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, that's, you know?
Yeah.
So, super late, and we're like, all right, we gotta eat. The only thing that's open the night before Thanksgiving, Sizzlers. So we go to Sizzlers, we all get salad bar, we're all stressed out.
Bread coming in clutch.
We couldn't cook the turkey, we couldn't do anything. Everything is like, Thanksgiving's pretty much over. We was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so shitty. And we're eating Sizzler salad bar. We're just like sitting there like, oh my god, you know, you see all the people who eat alone on Sizzlers. Yeah, nice. So we go get Flaffy, and we're just like, oh fucking Flaffles, what happened to you? And then, so we're in the car, and Flappy's crying the whole time because we were in a Navigator, so it fit like 8 people. Yeah, so we're all in the car. And, you know, it was 9 of us, but my sister was sitting on my mom or one of my cousins. And we're all, like, freaking out. And Flaffy starts crying, like, and then my aunt being over dramatic. Oh, Flaffy, we shared the pain of motherhood. I'm like, shut up.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
You know, she's crying. Being like, oh, my gosh, it's so sad. Oh, no, I feel her cry. I feel her tears. Right? And this whole time, I was like, man, this is crazy. And my cousin's like, dude, what's going on? And my other 2 girl cousins are crying because it's their dog. And then everyone's just stressing. And we're like, oh my god, I feel your tears. And my mom looks like, that's not tears. I think she's peeing on you. Like, oh no. But it wasn't pee, or water broke. And we're like, oh, what the fuck is good? And we still had like 20 minutes to go before we got home to my uncle's house. And like, the water broke in the car. And we're like, dude, what's going on? Like, are we about to do this right now? And then my sister's like, here, take my jacket. She gives her she throws her like fresh new jacket she just got. She was like 9 or something at the time. We're like, oh, thank you. So we put it over. And he's like, oh my God, I see its head. My hand
Oh
starts
my
yelling,
God.
and we're driving. She's yelling at the top. We're like, oh, what the fuck is going on? We're like, oh man. And we're crying and freaking out. It's fucking night before Thanksgiving. And then out of nowhere, we just see this little puppy come out.
Aw.
Came out from Flaffy. And I put it up, and we're like, oh my God. He was just born in the car. So this dog was born in the car. So we taken Flaffy, and then we set it up. Or my parents, and my aunt and uncle, they set it up so the rest of the dogs can come out, you know what I mean? So then they're feeding this one. And it turns out the one that first came out is like fucking twice the size of the other ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we just went to sleep. We woke up Thanksgiving morning, and my aunt and my mom stayed up the whole time helping deliver the puppies because it took the whole night.
That's crazy.
So Thanksgiving, there's no turkey, there's nothing. It's over. But we have fucking 7 puppies, and then one puppy was a rut. We called him Lucky because thankfully they were able to keep him alive with the little bottle and all that.
Aw.
And the other ones, they were just there, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is such a trip. So what we did just Thanksgiving morning was, instead of like eating everything, we were just like, everyone had like a little puppy in their hand. It was like, all right, this is Thanksgiving. And a month later, we go back for Christmas, right? And this time we're like, all right, let's make up for Thanksgiving. Let's do Christmas, right? So we go for Christmas, and this time we see all these dogs, like, oh my gosh, they're all here. Even Lucky, he like lived. And then Bam, which was the biggest one, which was my cousin's. He called him Bam after Bam Margera. The other ones didn't have names yet, because they were going to give him away. So Bam was there, and Bam was the size of his mom after a month. So he's going to be an abnormally large Shih Tzu, right? And his mom was just there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a trip. She's just there, and all the little puppies are there. So eventually, they confront us, like, hey, do you guys want one of the Shih Tzus because you guys were there? Like, we'll give you Lucky or whatever. And we're like, nah, my dad was like, nah, they won't take care of it. Remember, like I said, like in Mexico, I have my own dog. So I was like, rip, It's a bummer.
That sucks.
Yeah, so then I'm just like, oh, man. And it was like, we're not getting one. So my cousin Brian, he's like 2 years older than me or a year older than me. So we're like more related, and we both play games and stuff. So he got one of the middle ones. He called it Baloo. Baloo is like a feisty dude. And other people who got the Shih Tzus were like family friends. So in the end, they decided to keep Flaffy and Bam, right? And we'd go visit and go see Bam. Bam's all like chilling, whatever. And there's Flaffy. And Bam, he's super, super big, so he's like kind of taking care of the mom as well. But then at this time, my cousins were already graduating high school. Or just like a year later. So one of my cousins, he had to leave because he knocked up some girls, so he had to go do that. My other cousin graduated high school the year Flaffy had the baby's born. So she was out in college, and the other cousin, she was just busy. So what happened was, like, they couldn't really take care of them. So what they did is in the side garden or whatever, they didn't have a garden. They had like a pool thing or whatever. They just had a cage, and they leave Flaffy and Bam there. Because Bam was too wild, because he just wanted to run. So they just kept Bam caged up. And eventually, this one neighbor that they had, this old mean lady, she would like complain that, they were barking late at night, and it was annoying, and that they wanted to sue. It's like, what are you talking about? So she did sue. But they settled. Yeah, she sued. It was like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so she sued. So what they did is they had to put electric shock collars on Bam.
Oh no.
So every time he barked, he's like, Burr! I was like, oh, it was so bad to see. So what eventually happened is, the year after, my other last cousin graduated high school, right? So there's no one at home anymore out there, and my aunt and my uncle couldn't take care of Bam. And at this time, I was in 9th grade, or I was already in high school by this time. And like, hey, you were there when he was born. You want to take Bam? Like, we know he's a little crazy. and you guys have a backyard. Like, you guys want to take him? And it was again Thanksgiving time. And I was like, ah. And, you know, my dad was like, all right, you guys can take him. So then we take Bam. And at this time, Bam wouldn't talk because he was, you know, when you would see him try to bark, his neck would shake because, you know, the stupid shock collar.
Aw.
It's really bad. But then eventually, you know, Bam, he loved it. And we had him for a couple years. Like, all through high school, good times. Bam was super funny because eventually we found out that Bam could jump really high.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to jump up, like, to little walls that were, like, about 2 feet or 3 feet. He could jump that high.
Yeah.
Because he's a big Shih Tzu. So good times. But yeah, he ran away again. He was chasing a cat, and we didn't notice. Sad time. But we were there, dude. We were there from his birth to his departure. Poor Bam.
That's cool.
Poor
Those are
Bam.
dope.
The coolest Bam story, though, you know, probably, I guess if we're going to end it, the coolest Bam story, because he's a legend. All my friends who skated, we loved him because we used to put him on the skateboard and he'd go skate. He'd just do his thing. But Bam used to love to fight.
Uh-huh.
So
Really?
one time his brother, who was spicy, because my cousin had him, we'd bring them together like, oh, dog brothers. One time, Bam was looking in his water and Baloo was like barking at him, and Bam just slapped the shit out of Baloo.
Oh, no.
So my dog didn't care. So our neighbor, they had a Labrador, right? And they called it Night. So what they would do is at our fence on the side, they just bark at each other for like maybe 5 minutes every couple hours. They just bark at each other. Obviously, they couldn't touch each other. And one time, my dad was walking Bam, and then our neighbor, because at this time she was like living alone, she was just walking Night around our little cul-de-sac. And one time they're just walking, and then boom, they like rush, and you know both my dad and our neighbor they couldn't hold on to the leash. And then boom, you just see Night grappling Bam, right? And there's blood all over, and we're like, oh my god.
no.
We missed what happened. They just boomed, they started fighting, and there you go. The dog has Bam on, like, by the neck. And there's blood everywhere, like, dude, no. Don't tell me it ends like this, you know? We're like, fuck. And we tried to get him, but they would keep barking. We're like, grr, you know, like, so we couldn't get him off, so... one thing my mom learned from watching endless hours of television is that you get a towel and you put the towel over the dog's heads and then they calm down. So she got a blanket, put it over, and he let go finally, right? And we bring him in, we're like, oh my god. Our neighbor felt bad because Bam had blood all over him. So we're watching Bam, we're like, oh my god, like how bad is this, you know? No scratch. Nothing. 0 cuts, nothing. Turns out
Why was he bleeding?
Bam smacked the shit out of the other dog and broke his nose.
No way.
A little
crazy.
Shih Tzu smacked the shit out of a Labrador, and all the blood was from the other dog, and Bam won the fight. Because then right after that, Bam went to the fence, he started barking. And it was like, he had a victory lap, and I was like, what are you doing? You stupid little Shih Tzu.
He definitely sounds like
He was popping off. He was like, want another one? And then the other dog couldn't bark because he was scratched up.
funny.
Fucked him
God.
up.
Broke his fucking nose, dude.
Broke his nose. He just smacked the shit out of him. Oh, man.
God, dude.
Coolest dog ever. We were there when he was born. That's so funny.
That's crazy.
That was a godlike moment. I remember I was like freaking out, like, oh my god, dude, what? Yeah, man. Alright, later, guys. Later.
Night.
Later.
Later.